what are the main networking skills and how do you teach them?
There's lots of skills and there's lots of ways of following up and nurturing a relationship. And that's what I say is if you nurture connections, you'll inspire success.
Welcome to the show, where we discuss time-tested and science-supported tools for better health, long life, and pleasures.
If you want more money, or perhaps a passionate lover, a better job, career, or help with your health or your project, then watch this episode, as today we'll talk about natural stimulant that can get you faster from where you are now to where you want to be. I'm talking about the power of networking. My name is Lilian Zeltzer, and for almost 4 decades, I researched, practiced, and hunted for natural stimulants for better health, longevity, and pleasure. In the process, I discovered many time-tested and science-supported effective natural stimulants, and I met numerous amazing experts who, together with me, share their knowledge in this show with those who want it. Because as Hippocrates said in the 4th century BC, if you're not your own doctor, you're a fool. Our guest today is Sue Coleman, a highly experienced networking coach with decades of successful introductions behind her belt. Welcome to the show, Sue.
Thank you very much, Leah. It's my pleasure to be here.
I believe that you are in beautiful Canada, and you are probably enjoying these beautiful colors of autumn right now.
Yes, it's just the colors are just, the trees are actually a little later this year. They're just starting to turn. It's magnificent.
It's
just
magnificent. But let's talk about the power of professional networking and why it matters to everybody. These days, networking is truly global.
Yeah.
However, while many know about its benefits, not everyone can easily connect with others. What is the role of the networker, like you, and how did you get involved in this industry and why? So many questions. So what is the role of the networker?
Well, everybody is a networker, really. That's part of it, but it's whether you do it well or not. I've been a networker all my life. Even when I was younger, when I had a young family, I got out and I actually was doing network marketing. I was an Avon lady, but it's because I wanted to connect with people and talk to people. And that was a vehicle for me with my young family. Roll forward a few years, then I went into real estate. And of course, you're always connecting with people. You have to talk to people. You have to connect with people. And that's really what networking is just connecting with people. And once you start to connect with people and build your network, then that's how you can help other people network. Because if you say to me, Sue, I am looking for somebody who does X, Y, Z, then I look into my network and say, Lillian should connect with Fred because he does X, Y, Z. So then I introduce you to. But it's all part of building relationships with people, whether on a business or personal, level, that you're talking to people, you're listening to people. And I tell people to listen for how they can help the other person they're talking to. If you're not coming to get, then you're more open and you're more inclined to listen and just see how you can help. And that's really what I've always based my networking on, and what I encourage other people to do is listen for how you can help. Listen to the other person. 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
All right. So it is a combination of personality and ability to connect and help others, and your wish to help people. that
Yes.
brought you into this industry. When is the best time to start networking? Networking is the most successful way of finding faster what you are looking for. And well, the science says that 80% of professional people who networking, they believe that it positively impacts their business relationships, their bank account, their careers, and so on. So,
Yeah, I think.
who is the majority of your clients? And what is the rate of their success?
Well, probably most of the people who work with me are successful because we have a program. Um, as I say, it depends where you come into networking. I love working with new entrepreneurs because they have no bad habits. And I love working with people who are more established because if they're frustrated and they don't understand, then I can help them. We look at where they're, I like to describe it as fishing in the right pond. Are you looking in the right places for your customers and clients and for people you want to form joint ventures with or collaborations with? You have to make sure you know, number one, who you're looking for and where they're likely to be, networking. So I mean, really, for me, I work with a lot of small business owners, entrepreneurs, who want to make a difference in their business and they want to help others as well. So, it's if you do the work, you're successful, and that's the thing.
Absolutely. Well, networker to me is like a matchmaker when you introduce people to make a nest or start a relationship, or it is something unique. It is based on human nature. We are dependent on information that we get from other people, from books, and so on. But
Yeah, it's
these
absolutely
days,
relationship building. It's
yes, but
relationship building.
absolutely. But these days, relationship, especially the with unknown to you people,
Mhm.
it be dangerous. With all these dangers of internet, we know all about that. And doing it on your own, it definitely has some sort of dangers that uh, are hidden. Can you share with us some of the most successful and some of the horrible things that can happen if you don't know what you're doing?
Well, I think these days our safety is sort of improved because of Zoom. So we can, like if we don't feel comfortable about, somebody suggests meeting somewhere a little off base for a coffee meeting, you can always say, actually, I prefer to do my first connection on Zoom so that you're not in a threatening position, that you can talk to somebody and exchange information. If it's somebody you don't know, I just say ask questions. Sometimes I make it a bit of a game when I'm meeting somebody new that I want to find out two things about them before they ask me a question. So I get to know them and ask them questions. But I think that's one of the best things to do is to, if you are uneasy, offer to meet them over Zoom or Google Meet or Teams somewhere online so you're not threatened. I mean, I can imagine, especially single women and that meeting a gentleman, that might be a little, but this is the beauty of Zoom. And also make sure if you're meeting somebody for the first time outside, then you go to somewhere that's populated, a coffee shop. It's just, I've learned those kind of things when I was in real estate. I never went off to a home to meet somebody where I didn't let people know where I was going. So there's always that sort of in the background. But that's the kind of things that, it's really just about, you have to follow your gut. And what you can do, especially with business networking, I use LinkedIn a lot. I use it an awful lot. And I ask people to introduce me to people that I want to meet through LinkedIn. so that's it's a warm introduction. It's not a cold introduction, which can be a little these days. And it really is about not what you know, it's who you know. Like you were saying, about 20% is, and 80%. So it's these days, it's who you know, not what you know, that can, especially if you're looking for a new job or something else, warm introduction. So have somebody introduce you if you don't know, if you're concerned.
Well, okay, say you found somebody or had been introduced, but it doesn't end there. It's not one-off meeting. Like any other relationship, networking relationship should be maintained, and it should be mutually beneficial for two parties. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Absolutely.
Is it possible? You see, not everyone has skills like you do. Not everyone is people's person. Is it possible that these skills can be learned? In your professional opinion, what are the main networking skills and how do you teach them?
Well, yes, there's lots of skills and there's lots of ways of following up and nurturing a relationship. And that's what I say is, if you nurture connections, you'll inspire success. So yes, I teach networking skills. I do that through one-on-one coaching. I run a 5-week program. I've also written the book, Networking Your Way to Success, as you can see. Which one is it? This one up here. So yes,
You're right.
It is a learnable skill, absolutely. Because a lot of people think that when you're having connections with somebody, it doesn't always have to be one-on-one to nurture the relationship, especially in business. I suggest people always send, after you meet somebody for the first time, especially on a Zoom meeting, then you send a thank you note. Like you could send a little thank you email, and maybe even a handwritten note that will arrive a little later and referencing something that you discussed on the call. So it's just a reminder. Another thing you can do is you can follow people on their social media profiles. You can like them on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, and you comment on their posts just from time to time, just so it's just sort of dripping in their mind. Oh, that was nice. Sue noticed that. It's not me saying, buy my stuff, use my stuff. It's just dripping on them, just keeping that relationship alive. And then you can send maybe an article. It's just little things that nurture a relationship. And yes, if it's a personal relationship, then you might move it forward to meeting for a coffee or having dinner together or lunch. But for business, you just do these little bits. But it's all about nurturing and valuing that relationship and bringing value to the relationship. I hope that makes sense.
Do you have, do you need to keep diary of things? Because if you have networking, say, of 300 people, it's easy to forget whom you spoke to, whom you didn't, whom you said hello and happy birthday to. How do you do that?
Well, I have a very simple CRM, a client, relationship manager, but I know that some people use an Excel spreadsheet. And it's very simple. It's like name, email, phone number, where did you meet them? And what was your last contact? When's your next one? And you put notes on the spreadsheet so you remember that way. So it can be a very complicated system or it can be very simple. I know some people who use like file cards and a calendaring system. Yeah. Any system will work if you use it.
Okay, now I know your tricks. But is it possible for you to share with us today a couple of actionable do-it-yourself networking exercises that our audience can do?
Yes. Okay. So before they're going to a networking meeting, set a goal for how many people you would like to meet, especially if you're going to a larger event like a Chamber of Commerce or something like that, where there's going to be a lot of people. It's so easy to think that you think, I've got to meet everybody. I must meet everybody. No. If you are fortunate enough to have access to the list of attendees, know who you are looking to speak with, make a note of them, and make sure that those are the people that you want to speak to. And you sort of make a beeline, make an effort to speak to them and connect with them. And if you've done your homework a little bit, then if you go on to LinkedIn and see about their profile, see if there's something they like, then it's a conversation starter. You can sort of say, oh, congratulations on winning the golf tournament last weekend. It's an icebreaker. So you're not feeling so awkward trying to mention, or start the conversation. And the other thing I would always suggest to people is ask questions. That really is absolutely key. Be interested, not interesting. It's not about you. So make sure that you are interested, not interesting, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It does make sense, a lot of sense. And it seems to be so simple, but yet it is a skill. It is not something that naturally comes to everyone. So if someone is looking to build connections with genuine people, who can expand their world, help to enjoy better health, longevity, wealth, pleasure. It can be a challenge. So if it is a challenge, then people should reach out to a professional networker in their area, or can consult you
Absolutely.
in person or online. Well, these days there is no border to geographical border. We are all connected.
No, it's open.
And details of Sue Coleman will be under this video. So don't hesitate. Contact this friendly and beautiful lady and enjoy your new connections, because networking is power.
Absolutely.
On this note, I would like to thank you, Sue, on behalf of our viewers and myself, for your time and for sharing your knowledge with us. And I hope to see you again, because networking secrets there are a lot of them, and they don't stop right here. So we'll need to bring you back to the program and learn from you more. Thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me, Lillian. My pleasure.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss any of the new episodes. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them below the video. I do read them. If you are looking for a good, reliable source of specific ingredients, experts, services, or products, click on the resources link under this video. To health, long life, and pleasures.